Where Hawaii Eats is brought to you by the Honolulu Star Advertisers Dining Out, Outrigger Hotels and Resorts, Cisco Hawaii, Stanford Car Development, and Hawaii Cancer Care. Welcome to Where Hawaii Eats. We are in historic Chinatown in downtown Honolulu, and we are with Chef Robynne Maii at her restaurant Fête. Welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look at this fabulous spread. What did you make for us today?
We made you sort of like our best, most popular dishes, a little bit of something. Everyone wants to know what kind of food we do here. It's very hard to explain. It's not. It's New American. It's New American, and we cook what we want to eat.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we cook what we want to eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is this thing? Amazing dish here.
This is house-made lamb sausage cavatelli. So the lamb comes from the Big Island, and we make the ricotta cavatelli in-house. And it's finished with olives and preserved lemon and Parmesan Reggiano.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this here?
This here, so I love eating sort of like Mediterranean style with like little bites. And so we have Fête spreads on the menu. It changes periodically. So we have a Sicilian caponata, which is eggplant based. And then we have house ricotta that we make here with Tolentino honey and our sourdough bread house-made.
So you make the bread in-house?
Yes, it takes over 24 hours to make
What
the
is
bread.
this fabulous lusciousness here?
That is our Korean hanger steak. And so we use Hawaii meats beef, and it comes with ginger scallion fried rice and an egg and gochujang sauce.
And this?
That is our Kauai Prawns. It's finished with curry leaves, lots of black pepper, and coconut oil.
And last but not least?
Something sweet. Our citrus olive oil cake with yuzu caramel.
And that's made in-house?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So we are scratch, like we do scratch cooking here, but we do love things like mayonnaise, like jar mayonnaise, you know? So it's like this balance of sort of like, what are the things that we like to use, but then we do really love to cook, so we try to do as much as we can, like by scratch, but it's time consuming.
I'm sure.
As you know, yes.
Let's try some of this.
Okay.
Where do
you want to start?
first?
Here, let's start here.
Okay.
Because this is one of my favorites, and you know, we try to source local, and sometimes things happen because we live in Hawaii. So when we have lamb, we have to make it and eat it. We don't always have lamb, so.
Wow, this is amazing. So the name Fête, that
Yes.
you named your restaurant Fête. How did you come up with the name, and what does it mean to you?
So Fête is, I'm not French, but it's a French term that means celebration, party, but it specifically connotes like something to do with food and drink. So it's not just like gathering people, it's gathering people around food and drink.
Wow, so
Yes.
that's actually what you do here?
Yes, it's what we do every day. Yes.
This is really good. The pasta is very, very good.
When we take this off, people get angry. Yeah.
So this is a favorite that's on the menu.
Yes.
We should try this.
So, and just take a piece,
Okay.
take a toast, and then use your spoon or your knife to put some of the spread on your toast. And this is a local eggplant from Kahumana Farms.
That's really good.
And I really love these two together, the ricotta and the caponata, which is like a Sicilian sort of like vegetable stew. It's almost like ratatouille, but it's not. So how is it? Is it okay?
It's terrible.
It's terrible? And then Tolentino honey. So we like to like have things together, so just in case they actually like go together, then it's still fine.
So your food can touch on your plate.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you want to become a chef?
I love to eat. I love to eat. I love to cook. And I love the physicality. Yeah. Everyone says, how do you have your long hours? And the first thing I think about is, how do you sit at a desk for 9 hours every single day? I just can't. I'm very type A. I'm very like fidgety. I have to move around. I majored in dance in college, so it's just like I like the physicality and the tactileness. And
this is, I mean, I'm so excited to keep eating. We're gonna pause for a break, and then we'll be back, and we'll be back with Chef Robynne. This is amazing. Chef Robynne, this is so good. I'm trying to watch my carbs, but I can't stop eating this. There's so many chefs, incredible chefs, but rarely do we find a lot of female chefs and female entrepreneurs that own restaurants. Tell me about this incredible journey that you've had, because you're born and raised in Hawaii.
yes.
Then you ventured to New York, and then you came home. So along the way, you've done some incredible things. Can you share those with us?
Well, I spent most of my my adult culinary career in culinary education. And during that time, Chuck and I would entertain a lot. We were both in industry, and then we both left industry
And
for...
Chuck is?
Chuck is my husband, but we both left industry because there were so many things that we, like, the hours were bad, you never knew when you were gonna have time off, lots of drugs, lots of sexual harassment, like just, like there's like a lot of good things about industry, and there was a lot of like very hard things. And so we left industry, both of us. While we were both out of industry, we just loved entertaining. We used to have people come over to the house. Sometimes it was 2 people, sometimes it was like 30 people. And we would always send like follow-up texts, like to remind people like, hey, the Fête starts at, so that's where the name came from. So like, but we struggled with the name, and not until like I like looked at old emails where I was just like, wow, I keep on saying that, like the Fête starts at 5:30, or the Fête starts at 8 o'clock, or whatever. And so I just looked at Chuck one day, I said, we are totally overthinking it. It's just Fête. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that story.
I know, and everyone's like, oh, are you a French restaurant? We're like, no, not a French restaurant.
No, there's a story. There's a story behind everything.
We love food, but I think even more so, we love entertaining. And we always wanted to have a place where the food is the foundation for someone's special occasion. So we didn't want to have a restaurant where the food like lords over the table. You know, like, you are in my house now and you must like not talk and like don't take pictures of the food. No, like we want people to like enjoy themselves. So we want it to be this very supportive part of people gathering together. Or if you have a bad day, or if you got a promotion, or if you got engaged. And so all of that is
So
like
everything.
Yes.
You're just welcoming your doors to
Yes.
anybody
Yes.
that wants to have a wonderful meal
Yes.
and a gathering place,
a hug,
basically.
a comforting hug.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
I love that. I love that. I never really knew what the name was. I think a lot of people are wondering about that too.
People say it's so funny. They come in and they say, looking for feet, or like they say like Fête. I'm here at Fête. We're like, oh no, it's Fête.
Cheers to you
Cheers,
and the name.
Ann. Thank
That's
you.
Awesome. I love that. I love that.
Rosé.
So there's other things that you've accomplished.
We wanted to we're trying to change industry, like one little restaurant, one restaurant is fine. Like this little restaurant trying to change industry, meaning we have like sensible hours. We want people to like have their own life outside of work. So like people have, they're in their classes, or they take care of their family members, and as long as people communicate with us, we want people to like have a good work-life balance, which all the people that I work with never cared. You know what I mean? Like you would ask for a day off and they would look at you like, what? Yeah. So I just thought, why is our industry like so different from any other industry? Right? Like paid vacation. Yeah. So our cooks get paid vacation. Leave. Yeah, maternity leave. Yeah. We gave our chef de cuisine maternity leave. Yeah.
So you were a journalist at one point too.
Well, I actually have friends who are real journalists. I wanted to go into food writing. I went to grad school for food writing or food studies. And I worked at Gourmet Magazine for 2 years as an editorial assistant. So I did a little bit of writing, but not anything like my friends do. So I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
But it's like a little bit more than that.
Doing one thing well, it's hard enough.
So humble.
I'm gonna cut some of this for you, Ann. This is the Kauai Prawns. It's so simple, this dish. Everyone's like, oh, coconut prawns, and they think like it's a deep fried dish. It's just simply sauteed in coconut oil. And everyone says like, oh, how did you come up with this? This is classic South Indian cuisine. Oops. from Kerala. So all of our food has, like, Emily and I are not sitting in our bedrooms going like, ooh, like what should we make? It's like all of our food sort of has a very classic origin, and then we try to like source like as much as possible local.
Very sweet.
Yes, it's very sweet, and it's the pepper is very important, and so. You know, classic flavors are tried and true, and that's why they're classic. And so we just try to really, really respect that, and then, you know, make a nice dish, make nice food for people.
So where can people find more information about Fête?
They can go to fettehawaii.com.
And what are our hours?
Hours, we are open Monday through Saturday, starting from 11 a.m., and we have an all-day menu. So if you would like to have local ribeye at 11 a.m., you may.
Wow.
If you want to have dinner at 3:15, you can.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Thank you for creating this wonderful meal. And thank you so much for doing the show.
Oh, thank you, Anne.
Cheers to
Cheers.
you.
Yay.